For years, I've always asked the same questions when it comes to Paul George. Can he be the best player on a championship team? Is he a superstar? Does he deserve a max contract? Should he leave Indiana? Well, the answer to that last question is the only answer that we have, and that is if he should leave Indiana. And the answer to that question is hell yeah. I mean, Paul George is a great player, and honestly, people don't even know if he's a superstar or a star. What up YouTube, this is your boy, the one and only Young Muster, coming at you once again, and in this video we are going to discuss Paul George's future and 3 destinations that I believe are best suitable for him. Now if you don't agree with any of these destinations, comment down below, give me your opinions. Now without further ado, let's get into this video, shall we?
Timmy Turner, he was wishing for a burner. The key everybody walking. You know it's on the furnace, fucking Joe BT. How they watch you fucking no BT, riding for Wally. Key everybody walking. Know it's on the furnace. Timmy Turner, young boy walking with you.
Alright, I'm not going to spend too much time on the Clippers because those of you who saw my Clippers video I posted, I believe yesterday, I mean, you know exactly why I think they need someone like Paul George. This team is a joke. They are a walking piece of mediocrity. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, why would you want Paul George to go to a team that's a joke? Well, guys, it's all about who is on that team and what they need. Well, what they need is a small forward who really can score. A guy who can take over the game on any instant notice, and that guy should be Paul George. And honestly, when you look at that team, when you look at the talent, it should be Blake Griffin that, should be the guy to take over the team. But guys, let's just be real here. Paul George, put him on that team, he will do what Blake Griffin should have done years ago, and that is close out series, which they couldn't do against the Rockets when they were up 3-1. Yeah, they blew a 3-1 lead just like the Warriors, dumbasses. Now guys, Paul George really needs to go here because when you think of Chris Paul has never really had another ball handler there that can score and shoot the 3, has good ball handling ability, a guy who can hit free throws on any given notice. I mean, he needs someone like Paul George. We've never seen him with someone like Paul George, and honestly, at this point in Chris Paul's career where he's never made it out of the second round of the playoffs, I mean, if Chris Paul's going to stay with the Los Angeles Clippers, I don't know why, but if he's going to stay with them just so he can get some more money, $200 million to be exact, well, you need to be trying everything to get out of the second round and go to a championship. I mean, we've never seen Paul George unleashed fully on a championship contending team. I mean, yes, the Pacers were a good team about 3-4 years ago, but let's just be honest here. We all knew the Miami Heat were going to run through them once they got to them in the conference finals. So Paul George in LA, at least the LA Clippers I should say, that is a perfect match. Alright, so the next destination that I got for Paul George, or at least one of the best fits for him, is the Houston Rockets. Now, no one is looking at the Rockets as a destination for any free agents this coming summer. I mean, let's be real here. The Rockets are about a player or two away from being legit contenders in the West. Let's not forget that. Now, I do know that the Rockets are not going to trade James Harden just so they can get Paul George. I mean, they're going to be in the exact same situation. They might even be worse when you consider that Mike D'Antoni runs a certain type of offense, and Paul George is not going to be someone who can work that kind of offense. At least, he's not a point guard. Let's just be real here. And giving away your top point guard, who's an MVP candidate this year and most likely to win, or should I say, in my opinion, should win, I mean, it's just dumb when you think about it. But at the end of the day, I do think that Paul George is the perfect player for the Houston Rockets. Mike D'Antoni's teams don't play defense, and the Rockets are the perfect team for that. James Harden does not care about defense. Ryan Anderson's one of the worst defenders in the NBA. I mean, Clint Capella's alright in the paint. Patrick Beverley's coming off the bench, so he's limited to what he can do when it comes to the defensive end. But when you add Paul George, he's a two-way player, someone who can give you great defense and great offense at the same time. And let's be real here, they are in the Western Conference, where you have teams like the Spurs and the Warriors, teams that have great coaches like Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich, who know how to just lock in on one player. And that's going to be the problem that the Rockets are going to have to face in the future if they don't add someone like Paul George. Teams are going to figure out how to lock up James Harden. And honestly, when you put someone like Andre Roberson on the Thunder, he's locking up James Harden pretty well in certain situations. But when you put someone like Kawhi Leonard or Tony Allen on him, one of the best on-ball defenders in history, it's going to be pretty tough. I mean, they're going to have to force you to use somebody else to attack them offensively, and honestly, the Rockets don't have anyone. Lou Williams is their second best offensive player, and he's coming off the bench. So guys, they need Paul George, and Paul George wants to win, and Paul George is in his prime. So what better place to win in your prime than the Houston Rockets? I mean, they're already the 3rd seed. Add Paul George and add a few pieces to surround Paul George and James Harden. They can put the West on notice. Alright, so the next team that should be an option for Paul George should be the Boston Celtics. Now, I'm sure you guys already know this guy, but one of my favorite YouTubers is Legend of Winning, and he put up a video recently of 4 reasons why the Boston Celtics are overrated. Y'all guys go check it out, and honestly, I mean, he was completely on point. This team is so flawed. They depend too much on Isaiah Thomas. The guy is a great offensive player, but defensively, he is an extreme liability. The team is too dependent on him. He is 5'9" for Christ's sake. He cannot be the only guy who's out there scoring buckets. And then you factor in that this team is completely out of position based on their size. I mean, we know Isaiah Thomas is 5'9". Avery Bradley, who's 6'2", which is a point guard's height, playing the shooting guard position. Jay Crowder, who's 6'6", playing the small forward position, which should be a shooting guard's height. Then you got one of the most overrated, overpaid players known as Al Horford, who can't play defense no matter how tall he is. I mean, let's just be real here. The Celtics depend too much on Isaiah Thomas. Put Isaiah Thomas at the point guard position where he's 5'9", though he's undersized. Then you got Jay Crowder at the shooting guard position where he belongs. You got Avery Bradley coming off the bench giving great defense. Reminds me of Golden State with Iguodala. Then you got Paul George at the small forward position, who has great height, by the way, who can play power forward and small forward. Not that he has to play the power forward position in Boston, but he can play both positions. I mean, especially when you consider the fact that he has a long wingspan and he can play great defense. I mean, Isaiah Thomas can only take this team so far, so you need someone else to pair with him that can carry that load offensively, or should I say share the load offensively, and play great defense at the same time. And that guy should be Paul George. Now, I know some people are saying, yo, what about the first pick that the Celtics have? Should they give that up to get him? Well, guys, I think that they should. I mean, the time for them to start attacking is now. They can take over the East with this move. I mean, it may not be enough, but the time is now. Isaiah Thomas is 28 years old. He has a great contract. Jay Crowder has a great contract. And Avery Bradley will soon be asking for more money. Guys, this is the time for the Celtics. The time to be firing on all cylinders is right now. And Paul George is the perfect player for them to fulfill the destiny of bringing the Celtics back. So guys, this is why they are number 1. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. If you liked it, drop a like down below. Also, comment down below if you enjoyed this video or if you agree or disagree with me. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, add me on Snapchat. You know, I just really wanted to make this video because we all know that this is probably going to be Paul George's last year in Indiana, especially when you consider the fact that he's called out his teammates in press conferences. He's pretty much told Larry Bird that he wants out. And when you consider the fact that Paul George is probably not going to make any of the All-NBA teams, and he's not going to get that bonus. And I mean, there's just really nothing left for him in Indiana. He just really doesn't want to be there. You can see it in his attitude and how he plays sometimes. Alright, so this is your boy Young Mustard signing out. Have a great day. Cue the music in 3, 2.
And I got 2 bitches on me freak. You can't bring her home to mama, she too freak. And I got 2 bitches and they freak. You can't bring her home to mama, she too freak. Super freak, yeah. Super freak.